How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another video. Now, just before we get into the trades, I'd like to mention that I am giving away 2 huge Wizard Westies when the channel hits 1,000 subscribers. If you want to enter, then all you have to do is drop a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications, and finally comment your gamer tag down below. It's literally that easy, and you could win yourself a free huge pet, so make sure to enter the giveaway, and let's get straight into the trades. So in the last video, we ended off with 143 million diamonds, and that is exactly where I am at right now. In this video, I'm going to try and trade as much as possible, try and get so much profit that we can at least get 160 million diamonds. I think that'll be pretty good because we got very lucky in the last episode, going from like 90 million to 140 million. But before we get into any trades, I'm going over to my mailbox and I actually have a few gifts. If anybody does want to gift me any items, I'll leave my gamer tag on the screen right now. You don't have to, but it is really appreciated. So I guess let's see what we got. Massive shout out to Taylor192390 and also Bitter Lemon Lord. What a name. Let's go ahead and open all the gifts. Thank you so much for everyone that has gifted me some items. I'm going to go ahead and claim all of these and I'm going to put them all in this box down here. And that is because I really don't want to be cheating on this series. All the profit that I make, I want to make myself. However, I still will be using a lot of these items to do giveaways on the channel. So yeah, if you do want to give anything, I'll probably just give it straight back to some of you guys. But I guess let's head over to the trading plaza for the first time today and try and buy a ton of items. So like always, I think I'm just going to look around and see if there's any items I want to buy. I want to cut out this process because it can take a while and I don't want half the video to be just me walking around. Now, I've always said that exclusive pets are really good to buy, and there is a balloon dragon for quite a lot below the suggested price, so I'm going to go ahead and pick that up, and I think I'm going to leave these items. Okay, so I found this guy, and I'm going to see if he will take 61 million for the huge robber pug over here. And he's saying 62 million. I'm going to say me in the middle at 61.5. And hopefully I'll be able to do that. He did cancel the trade, but the estimated price is almost 66 million. So I'm going to invite him back and see if he'll take 62. Hopefully he doesn't go back on his word, and I'll be able to buy it. And I think he's going to go through with the trade. And yeah, that is the first huge of the episode, which is pretty good. I should be able to make a decent amount of profit. Okay, so I'm now going to go ahead and list up the items in my booth. We're going to start off with the huge robber pug. I'm going to try and get 67.5 million, which is a little bit optimistic. And then we've also got the balloon dragon. I'm going to try and get 4.8 million for that as well. But that is all that I've bought so far, so I'm going to have to go and buy some more. We've got 77 million diamonds left to spend. I found this guy who is selling flex eggs for pretty cheap. I'm going to see if he'll take like 40 million for them. However, he is also selling an overload charm, which is like a million under the suggested price. So I'm going to go ahead and pick that up. Somebody actually bought all the huge flex eggs anyway, and I wasn't able to get in a trade with them. What I'm going to do quickly is go ahead and list up the overload charm for 7 million diamonds, and now I'm going to find a new lobby to try and buy some more items. Okay, so I haven't been able to buy any more items, but I did sell the balloon dragon, so that's pretty decent. I'm going to try and find some more items to buy, and in the meantime, hopefully sell both of these items as well. There is a huge holographic cat up here. I just put a bid for 61 million in. I might be able to get it, but there is also a little bit of competition. And yeah, they did put another bid in. I'm going to go to 62.2 million. That's literally the only bid I can do. That is going to be my last bid though, because I want to make sure I can get enough profit, so I'm not going to go any higher than that, and I've been outbid. So yeah, let's move on. Okay, so I'm not going to lie, I did get quite unlucky with the trades. I wasn't really able to find any items to buy, but I did find this guy who was interested in my huge robber pug, and he did seem quite desperate for it, but the only problem was that he only really had about 44 million gems and a few items. However, he did have a bunch of rave tickets as well as secret keys, and I asked him to keep on adding to the trade, and eventually his offer came to 71.8 million diamonds, and I heard that rave tickets sell quite well, so yeah, I took the trade. And I was actually able to find somebody who is willing to buy all of the rave tickets. I had 403 of them, which were valued at just over 23 million, and because they sell pretty decently, I found this guy who was willing to pay just over 26 million for all of these. So yeah, we actually made a lot of profit from the guy that gave us these tickets. I'm definitely going to take this. I think this is is a massive dub, and I've made a ton of profit. We're also now back up to 147 million diamonds, so if I can find any items that are valued pretty cheap, yeah, I'm definitely going to pick them up and try and make more profit. I'm also going to go and list all of the secret keys for 24k each, which is a little bit over the price at this point, but hopefully somebody will come along and just buy all of them. That's pretty much what I'm hoping for. And I'm pretty sure the inventory is already valued pretty close to 160 million diamonds, so I'm going to try and get anywhere between 170 and 180 million diamonds by the end of this episode. And I just want to give a massive shout out to Preston Plays for dropping me these items. Thank you so much for the donation. And I was actually able to find an item to buy. In fact, there's two of them. I'm going to be picking up two huge hunters for 19 million diamonds each. Now, at this point, they're valued at almost 20 million, which is pretty decent. There is a lot of profit in there. And I also found another balloon dragon being sold for pretty cheap, so I picked that up as well. I don't know what's going on at the moment, but for some reason, balloon dragons are selling really cheap. And of course, I'm going to pick them up every single time because I can make an insane amount of profit. This isn't really a trade that I've done before, but I'm going to go ahead and pick up this arcade egg 50 times because they're selling it for 1.5 million, but it's valued at almost 2 million. So again, there's quite a lot of profit there. And I'm going to go ahead and pick up another huge pet. I don't know what's going on at the moment, but huge pets are so good for making profit. I think it's because they're more expensive. There's more room to underpay. So yeah, I did a bit of negotiating with this guy, and it did take a while, but eventually I was able to buy his huge fluffy cat for 61 million diamonds. Now, it's valued at 64.1 million, but I'm actually going to be trying out a brand new tactic. Well, I say brand new. I've done it a few times before, but I'm just basically going to sell my items for way more than the suggested price. So, for example, the huge fluffy cat, valued at about 64 million, I'm going to list it for 66 and go AFK for ages, and hopefully it will sell. So, yeah, I'm going to be listing up all of my items now. As I said, that huge fluffy cat's going up for 66 million. I'm going to list up the balloon dragon for 4.5 million, which again is a little bit overpriced, and then 2 million for the arcade egg times 50, which again is a little bit overpriced, but I'm hoping that if I go AFK for long enough, it will sell. And the huge hunters as well, I'm going to be listing these for way more than I probably should, 23 million when they're valued at like 20 million. So I don't really think they're going to sell, but you never know, I might be able to sell them. And the first item to go was actually the balloon dragon, so I think if I get it again, I'm going to sell it for a little bit more, because every time I try and sell it for slightly more than the suggested price, it gets picked up instantly. So I might list it for like 200k more than the suggested price. It might take a little bit longer to sell, but I'll be getting more profit, and I can pretty much guarantee that it will sell anyway, because loads of people are buying these exclusive pets. And I was actually able to sell the overload charm. Again, this is an item that sells pretty easily. It did take a little bit longer than I was expecting, but it always sells for around its suggested price. I think I picked it up for 6 million, sold it for almost 7, so yeah, massive dub. And I'm also selling on the arcade egg 50 times. I made a decent amount of profit with this, so I'll definitely pick it up again. And I think I got a little bit lucky with this, but somebody came along and actually bought all of the secret keys, so I got almost 4 million out of those, and considering it was just an ad in a normal trade, I think that's pretty good again. And it took about 2 or 3 hours. Yeah, I was AFK for a very long time, by the way, but I eventually was able to sell the huge fluffy cat, getting myself 66 million diamonds, so I definitely think it's worth overpricing some of my huge pets. If I get any in the future, I'll definitely list them up for a little bit more than their suggested price and hope they sell. So now if I go ahead and show you my booth, we literally only have the huge hunters left. I did drop their price a little bit because nobody was buying them, but hopefully I'll be able to sell both of these for 21.5 million, and I actually want to work out how much my account is worth. So if I do 21.5 for the huge hunters, times that by 2, that's 43 million for both of these, and then add that on to 125, we've almost got 170 million worth in our inventory. So yeah, I think I'm going to try and get 180 million by the end of the episode, and then I'll be happy. And while I was doing a little bit of editing, I was actually able to sell one of the huge hunters, so we're now at 146 million diamonds. I'm pretty sure that is very close to what we had at the start of the episode, so technically all of this is profit. But again, it is now time to go and buy a ton of items, and I want to get down to like 0 diamonds, or as close close as possible. Okay, so I've spotted this booth where this huge Divinus is being sold for 98 million when it's worth 104. I might try and trade with this guy and see if I could underpay a little bit. I've asked him if he would do 95. I'm not sure if he will. Hopefully he won't just quit the trade straight away. A lot of people do that. I'm up to negotiate, but a lot of people just leave because they see a bad offer and they don't want to negotiate at all. He did say no, but I might see if he can do any lower than 98 because I think there is room for a little bit of profit in there and I want to make sure I can get as much profit as possible. It seems that he's pretty firm on 98. I'm going to try and see if he would do 97 million, but I don't know if he will. He's saying 97.5. I'm just going to say I'm firm on 97. Okay, so he did cancel the trade, but I did get him down to 97.5, so I'm going to invite him back to a trade and just do that price because I think I can make a little bit of profit there. So hopefully he does accept and not back out now because I actually do want this, and I don't really know if it sells that well because he has listed it quite low anyway, but I'm going to go ahead and take it if he accepts the trade. Like he has. Okay, that's a good sign, and I'm going to try and get like 104 million, but this might go bad. I have had it before where I've bought an item like this and it's actually gone down while I've had it, but let's actually try and go for 105 million. I'm going to go AFK for like an hour. If it doesn't sell by then I will lower the price a little bit, but I'm just hoping that this doesn't go down in value while it's in my inventory. Okay, so I went AFK for a very long time and I was able to sell the huge hunter for 20 million. Of course, there is a little bit of tax, so I only actually got 19.8, but I went AFK a little bit longer and I was also able to sell the huge for 104, but of course, I'm only getting 102 because this tax. So yeah, I didn't get as much as I thought I would, but I'm now 171 million diamonds, which I think is still pretty good. However, I'd still like to get a little bit more before this episode ends, so I want to find a few more items to buy and then I'll list them up and then I'll end the episode. Okay, so there is an exclusive flex egg selling for 40 million, even though it's valued at almost 43, so I'm going to go ahead and place a bid on that item, and hopefully I'll be able to get it. There's 2 seconds left on the auction, and yeah, I won it. Okay, I'm not too surprised by that. Nobody else was really bidding for any other items. I'll probably try and get 43, maybe even 44 million. I reckon if I wait long enough, I might be able to get it. So let's go ahead and list that up. 44 million, which, yeah, is a little bit overpriced, but you never know, somebody might come along and buy it. Okay, I'm a little bit annoyed because there's a huge Valkyrie dog going for auction for 135 million when it's worth 153. If I didn't buy that last item, I would have been able to afford it. Okay, I found this guy who's selling me his huge masked fox for 119 million. We did a little bit of negotiating, but yeah, I'm going to accept for 119 million, and I should be able to make a decent amount of profit. I don't look at prices. I don't know whether this is going up, going down, or what, but I'm taking the risk, so hopefully I'll be able to make a little bit of profit. But we've already got the exclusive flex egg up for 44 million. I'm going to go ahead and list this huge masked fox for 127 million, and I'm also going to end the episode there, so you guys won't actually know if this has gone well or gone bad until the next episode. So that is going to wrap it up for this episode. Make sure to drop a like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, join the giveaway, and we're so close to 1k subs, so if you haven't subscribed already, please do, because yeah, I'm trying to grow as fast as possible, and of course, as well as that, you will be able to be in with a chance of winning yourself a huge Wizard Westie. But anyway, thank you for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.